Alright, so we're just hanging out together, I guess, now, huh? That's what this is coming down to. Well, I was listening to a guy on YouTube today. He was talking about how, basically BS, this idea that you gotta charge more money for your carvings. That's what he said. And, I was listening to him, because he's saying the exact opposite of what I say, which is, you can always raise your prices later, he's saying. And I like to say, you might as well start high, because it's easier to reduce your prices for our client than it is to raise them. But the reality is, if you're just starting out, that's the suggestion that I give people. Right? If you're just starting out, you can price them low to move them. Right? I mean, I started pricing things when I was a kid at $15, $20, $25. That's how I started. So, can't remember the guy's YouTube channel, otherwise I'd shout him out, but I think it's good advice for people starting out. If you're starting out in carving, and you want to sell some things, market cheap, just to start, because you're probably not any good at it when you start. You might have an aptitude for it, but your first carvings, I mean, no matter your aptitude, are not going to be as good as the carvings you do, 2 years from now. So, yeah, my thought is, go ahead and make your prices low and affordable for people when you're starting out, and then raise them later. But when I give people that Dutch auction advice, which is that you should start real high and then work your way down low, that's for professional artists, guys. I'm not talking about just your everyday Joe Schmo who's starting out. I'm talking about guys who've been doing this for their whole lives, trying to make a living with carving, or they're making a living with carving. Those are the guys where I say, you know what? Why don't you double your prices? I mean, I can't say that for sure, because I don't know what your prices are. I'm just saying in general. A lot of times people undervalue their carvings. And look, I don't think my carvings are worth necessarily what I sell them for, but I'm not my clientele. I'm not the guy buying, $400 or $500 pieces of artwork. I mean, I have bought, expensive pieces of artwork, but I can't afford, right? So I'm trying to appeal to a client base who can. And it might sound hoity-toity because you try to find these higher-end clients and, oh, I see, he's too good for us now. We can't buy his stuff. Well, you can still give people the deals. That's the thing. If people want your stuff, when you want them to have your stuff, you can always bring your prices down. So, but yeah, if you're not a professional carver, goodness, you don't want to be the guy with a million carvings you can't get rid of, right? So sell them, unless you want to keep them. That's always cool too. Nothing wrong with that. Just depends on where you're at with your carvings. But don't, for heaven's sake, do not price your own work. Don't price your own work, because you don't know what your own time is. You know how much time you have. But when you're starting out, gosh, ask someone else who will tell you the truth. Of course, you don't want to ask your mom or something who'll flatter you and say, "Oh, those are beautiful, $1 million. I would never sell those." But at least let other people be a part of the pricing process, because that was a huge help for me, at least. Having people help me out, because I would never have had the courage to charge more, even after I'd been doing it for 10 years, right? Still charging the same prices I was charging years ago, until somebody came along and said, "What the heck are you doing, you dummy?" And I said, "What do you mean? I just want to make them affordable for people." And he said, "Yeah, but haven't all these people been telling you you're too cheap?" I said, "Yeah, but they're coming back and they're buying stuff, and I like it that way." I increased the prices a bit, and people still came back. I made more money. People were happy, and that's all it was. So, people looking out for you, let them look out for you. Ask them to look out for you. Ask them what you think they think your carving's worth. Find the people who will tell you what they really think too. Who like to buy art. Talk to people who buy stuff, not just broke people who think your stuff is worth $10. Unless it is worth $10, maybe you just started out. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. I'm sorry, I've had a lame angle this whole time. This angle sucked. Okay, so I'm just trying to. Females, things are soft. Soft. So it's going. Time to look at it. That's a nice leaf shapes here. I'm gonna rush the name just for the sake of the video. Nice to get some shadows. Don't want to got too much before you have detail. Alright. Real quick.
So I'm gonna intern with Pastor Sheila this summer. I'll just do what I do now. I'll drive to Moody. You know, they're trying to figure out everyone's schedule and stuff like that. So